Yeah, and the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. I think Nigerians will be more grateful if they know what General Musa Christopher, retired, is actually doing behind the scene, what the National Security Advisor, Ribadu, is doing behind the scene to actually curb the plans of the enemies of Nigeria. Because by now, the plan is to activate the bombings, the killings, the kidnappings, in order to discredit the present government in power. Because I must be sincere with you, in Nigeria today, insecurity is a political weapon in the hands of political elite, using it as a campaign weapon against the opposition or against the government in power, the government of the day. So the political aspect of insecurity, because the insecurity we are talking about is in layers, is in group. To me, I have categorized it into what I call the political insecurity, the religious insecurity, the economic insecurity, the cross-border insecurity, and other, forms that the insecurity has actually metamorphosized into. So if we know what General Musa is doing behind the scene, what Ribadu is doing behind the scene, in order for this group not to activate what they have planned, we will appreciate them. And we also appreciate our gallant soldiers, the midnight heroes, that when you and I are busy sleeping, they are out there. Of course, I'm not saying there are not bad ones among them, the bad eggs among them, those that are, having power whenever it involves civilians, or those that are collaborating with, the enemies, the insurgents. They are there. But we must also appreciate them for the good ones among them who are sacrificing their lives on a daily basis to ensure that Nigeria becomes a better place. And that is the more reason I must also say that irrespective of the lapses of this present administration in the aspects of insecurity, I know there are still many pockets of insecurity here and there, but they have tried. And I must also say that this insecurity, the fight against insecurity in Nigeria, is not a fight that Nigeria can handle alone. That's why when people were crying foul when America bombed, the terrorists in Nigeria, saying issue of sovereignty. Is sovereignty actually absolute? Who told you that? Go and check United Nations charters. Sovereignty is never absolute. Is never. So you can't hide under sovereignty and be perpetrating evil against innocent Nigerians. So personally and on behalf of Nigerians, we want to appreciate General Musa Christopher, retired, Ribadu, for their works behind the scene. And in my subsequent video, I will talk more on these forms of insecurity in Nigeria: the political insecurity, the religious insecurity, and even those that are, indirectly supporting them, the economic insecurity, and the cross-border insecurity. We can never, I want to tell Nigerians, we have the aspect of the cross-border insecurity that are being sponsored by neighboring countries. You mentioned Chad, you mentioned Niger Republic, you mentioned Burkina Faso, you mentioned Mali. The US bombing that was carried out was done on the basis of intelligence gathering. It was never just carried out. Otherwise, what is the result they would have produced, during that Christmas period would have been devastating upon Nigeria. And they were cross-border insecurity because these were guys, the Lakurua, that were mobilized from, neighboring countries. Subsequently, we'll be talking more on this. Once again, we want to appreciate the Minister of Defense in person of Christopher Musa, who actually knows his job. We want to appreciate Ibadu, and we're asking for more of this. Thank you.